What's up, YouTube? I'm just coming on. I just want to come on, just to come on. I'm like, maybe let me get some more money. Anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to go pick up my friend from the airport. But I hope you all are doing well on today. There's so many people on, but I'm just chilling, you all. I'm just going to the airport. Oh, do I have everything? Let me see if I got my wallet. Yes, I do. So I'm good. So I'm just heading to the airport. Um, and I had a chance to see up CDP. What is up, you all? So I'm just chilling. I just came on the cam. Come on, I'm coming on for no reason. Don't have no content, no nothing. Just showing up, showing up. Let me get this air conditioning right though, because I don't like to have no hot car. Anyway, so CDP, you doing all right? It's a lot going on, baby. It's Saturday, but I'm like trying to get them all in because after I get to this airport, it's gonna be on and popping. It is gonna be on and popping. So I'll probably I'm gonna be going to a few places on today. What's up, Callie? What's up? What's up, Callie Girl 44? But yeah, you all. So I said, let me come on just to come on and just chit chat a little bit, you all. Just to chit chat a little bit. I actually have to sing at Juneteenth, so I got 2 Juneteenth events to sing at, so I got to get ready for that. And that's it, y'all. I smelled a cologne. It's called Notorious Oud, and it's sold at Stag's. And Stag's is a men's store in Austin, Texas. And when I tell you this Notorious Oud is nothing, it's nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with. So I'm wearing Notorious Oud on today, and it smells really, 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 really good on today. So yes, Notorious Oud is a good cologne. So if you want a cologne, Notorious Oud. What's up, Regina Myers? Y'all got me to you. So I know that many people ain't gonna be here, honey, because y'all got some heavy hitters out there. But I said I'm driving to the airport, and I was gonna see who's gonna drive with me to the airport on today. But what y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about today? I may or may not talk about it, but what y'all want to talk about? Anything in particular? I'm open. Y'all just riding with me to the airport. What y'all want to talk about today? Anything in particular? Come on, throw it at me. What y'all want to talk about? I'm waiting for you. It's going to be an intimate 15 minutes. Politics. So Regina Myers, what do you want to talk about in politics on today? You know, we can talk about almost anything. CDP Cali girl. Well, first of all, politics is really interesting. I think that at some point in time, I want to see some more young people get into politics because right now, it's just really interesting. I think sometimes you just got to give up the reign and let the next person go on. I truly believe that Joe Biden don't want to run, but he don't want Trump to win, and I can see that. And this is the excuse me. This is the dilemma. If somebody else runs against Trump, it may not be it. Even though Joe old, Trump old, and Joe beat him, and I think Joe has a good chance of beating him, and Joe has a good track record. Now, Trump doesn't run, and but it's interesting. I think the politics very interesting. Very interesting. Also, and the fires in Canada and the Northeast are interesting too. But I think all of that has to deal with climate change. I really don't think Joe Biden wants to run, but I don't, and I don't want Joe Biden to run. To be honest, I don't want Joe Biden to run. Joe Biden has done a really good job, but I don't think anyone else at this particular point could beat Trump unless you get somebody like Michelle Obama. Now, to be honest, I know people like, oh, that's a long shot. I don't think so. People like Michelle. Now, I don't think she would do it, but you would need somebody almost like a Michelle Obama to run, to be honest, because she's a smart woman. Her husband was already a president, and I'm just being real. Because if Michelle would put her hat, maybe Biden could just go ahead and sit down somewhere. But again, that's a long shot. Michelle didn't even want Barack to run, much less, but yeah. Biden is older. He is older. I'm not so much concerned about his health. I'm just concerned, and I don't want to sound like, but he's in his 80s. And we know that, but he gets legislation done. And see, we can talk about that man's age and all, but he gets legislation done. I just think Joe just want to sit down and just go fishing or something. But but you let somebody like Michelle run, I would vote for Michelle. It would definitely charge up the base. She's an intelligent, smart Black woman who people like, and the women like her. Men admire her. Then you got her husband, baby. And y'all got to realize that their children are grown now, so they don't have to worry about all of that foolishness in the White House. But it's a long shot. But that's what I'm saying. A candidate like a Michelle Obama, done deal, done deal, done deal, really done deal. So, but that's just a long shot. I just think, but the Republicans have a dilemma, because I truly believe that Trump is not going to get out of this one. I think that they're going to indict him. I think he's going to be caught up in them charges, and he's going to serve some time, or he's not going to be able to run. It's going to be something with him. They're not going to let that man run with that record. He is a threat to national security. For the mere fact that he took top secret documents to Mar-a-Lago, then showed them to people, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. So I think that that's going to be a problem, because, I wouldn't even trust him with a secret security clearance, not even top secret. So I think that's going to be a problem for him. Yeah, he's under criminal investigation. And this is just one. He still got the Georgia situation, him pressuring the people in Georgia to find him votes. So you got the January 6th situation going on. You got the Mar-a-Lago situation going on. Georgia situation getting ready to happen. Then you got another civil, because that lady's getting ready to sue him again for civil. He got money just hemorrhaging out everywhere. So I think he's just it's not a good look for the Republicans. And I can't understand how any evangelical Christian could support a man who is dishonest, has lied, allegedly assaulted a woman in a department store, and say that y'all think God called him. So yeah, I think it's crazy. So we'll see what happens. Now, y'all, I'm concerned about these wildfires. Let me tell you why I'm concerned about the wildfires. Do you all not know that hurricane season is starting as well? Now, a lot of people don't know this, but they had a tornado in Central Florida in my home county. So in my home county, South Patrick Shores, they actually had a tornado and it tore up a lot of homes. So they're getting weather in Florida and it's not really being majorly reported, but they had a tornado to touch down. And I think that these fires and these volcanoes erupting is a mad symbol. So they got a volcano erupting in Mexico, Popo, Mount Etna, and then they got that volcano erupting in the Democratic Republic of Congo, I believe, the DRC. So they have 3 active volcanoes. I don't know if Mount Etna stopped, but they were erupting at the same time. So you had Popo in Mexico, you had Etna in Italy, and then you had the other one. I can't think of the other one, but it's in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So you have this going on. I know that they're due for a good earthquake. You know, they had that traumatic earthquake in Turkey, but I think we got another one coming up. I mean, it's a lot of things going on weather-wise. So, and you don't have to believe in climate change because it's happening. Yeah, it's a lot of things happening, you all. So that's going on. Now, let me say this, y'all. This Tim Scott thing is ridiculous. Tim Scott don't have a chance, and it's not because he's black, but it's because the premise and the context that he's under. The Republicans are pushing this man up, hoping that black people, you black in skin color, but you ain't black in thought. And what I mean by this is you're an anomaly because the things that black people desire, the things that are of interest to them, they're not of interest to you. And black people are just not going to cast their vote for someone who is against student loans, wiping out the student loans. They're not against for someone who's willing to cut SNAP benefits. And you were on SNAP benefits, Tim Scott. You know, SNAP benefits fed you, but now you want to take away from other people. And then do you not know they already have work requirements? So nobody's going there with you. And then reproductive rights. You know, you're not appealing. You're not appealing. And you, J.C. Watts, and some of these other people, absolutely not. I know Tim personally. We're both from South Carolina. He wouldn't be good. Yeah, it seems like Tim is for Tim. Tim is for people. Tim will forgo his brute black folk to make some really racist white people happy. And it's like a Herschel Walker thing. And all I'm saying, let me say this, it's not really about black and white for me. It's about equality. Now, I say that because we are separated between black and white. And white people, for the most part, some white people, not all, but some, want black people to just go along with things that are not equal. If you get home loans, we want home loans. If you don't get taken out by a routine police stop, we don't want to get taken out by a police stop. We want equal education. We want equal rights. We want equal pay like anyone else. Now, when you do this, then we can start saying we're not dealing with color. But as long as there are inequalities, you're going to have an issue with color. That is as simple as that. I don't care if it's black people, it can be Hispanic, it can be Asian. Once you start dealing with people in an unequal, unjust manner, when diversity, equity, and inclusion is not your agenda, then you're telling me I'm less than American. And then this is when you have people do that. So be equal and you won't have these issues. But as long as you think you're better than other folks, then you got a problem. And that's true. And reparations is not far off. I know people talking about some black people always want something for free. No, no, no. Ancestors work for that, boo. Ancestors work for that. They didn't deserve what they got. I hate when people say that too. Ancestors didn't ask to be brought over here. And then the Republican Party, the party of Lincoln, promised them folk 40 acres and a mule. And they still haven't gotten it. But yet we've seen railroad workers from China who volunteered to come over and getting paid. Our Jewish brothers and sisters have received reparations for their harm and hardship. And then you have our indigenous brothers and sisters who have received funds in their own territory. You know? So I don't think it's a far-fetched ideal for black people to get reparations. And you don't have any right to ask or tell black people what to do with their reparations. Because, yeah, you don't have that right. So those are my thoughts. I don't think reparations are far off. I think that, you know, America needs to pay for what she's done to this group of people. And y'all act like that the effects of slavery was something long time ago. Excuse me, they were having riots in the 60s. Okay, so yeah, if we didn't have a problem with race, a woman knocking on somebody's door wouldn't have been cause for her to lose her life. So that's all I'm saying. It ain't no smoke screen. It ain't no smoke screen. I truly believe the Democrats would do it, but you know, you got this obstructionist Republican Party. And like I said, straight from the gate, I don't trust any of them. But I'm gonna go with the party that is against my interest. And the Republicans ain't voting my interest. So since the Democrats have more of my interest, I'm gonna go there. Do I trust them 100%? No. No. But would I trust a Republican with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Gates and McCarthy and Boebert and all of those people? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. And again, don't forget, Straightgate, you had an obstructionist party. And you still, and with your Joe Manchins and your cinemas, you still got problems. You know, y'all act like it's a stroke of a pen. No, 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 no. You got obstructionists right in the Democratic Party. This is why I tell people right now that I don't trust any of them. However, I am going to vote the party that aligns with things that are of interest to me. Now, straight from the gate, the Republicans may have your interest. They don't have mine. So I don't vote that way. Period. On point, period. And it's simple as that, straight from the gate. I'm not here to argue with you. I don't trust any of them. But I would trust the Democrat before I would trust the Republican. Do you think I'm going to trust somebody who don't even want the history of Black Americans taught and other Americans, and they just think that white history or what people say is the right thing? Hell no. Do you think I want somebody who want to take over the education process and ban books? Hell no. That ain't my interest, so I'm not gonna vote that. Okay. So if you can start another party that's going to give us that, then do that. See, this is the whole thing. If you're going to do a third party, do a third party. But until that happens, I'm going to go with the one that is most aligned to my interest. See, you talking about they ain't both ain't right. Well, I get it, but who aligns with my interest the best? And that's what I'm trying to say. So, you can't check out the political. You still got roads to be built. You still got community centers that need to be. So if you check out and don't vote for nobody, then you checking out. So who what you gonna do? Now, all I'm saying again, and I'm gonna say it again because obviously people ain't getting it. I don't trust any of them suckers. But I am going to go with the one that most align with the things that I hold dear. And right now, that's the Democratic Party. Now, if I could be independent, I could, but for what? Because I like to vote in primaries. So if I'm independent, I may not be able to vote in primaries. It's just that simple. Now, unless you got some way to fix that, or unless the people fix that, that's what we got. That's what we have. It's plain and simple. So all of this, I don't trust either of them. Okay, so what you gonna do? Nothing. If I could be an independent, I would be one today, but I want to vote in the primary. So I'm not going to leave my primary vote out. It's just that simple. But I will never vote for a Republican until I see something that aligns with me. And I don't think so. And I'm always suspicious. And don't get me wrong. I am not saying that Democrats are all right either. They got their issues. I know they got their issues. Lord, they do. All of them do. But as I have mentioned, I am not going to go against my interest. So, of course. And then do you know what the Republicans did under um the what's the lady? What's her name? She was terrible. The Amway queen. I can't think of her name right now. Baby, she tried to gut the public school system. I mean, she tried to gut the public school system and was giving money to charter schools. And y'all, look, I don't have a problem with charter schools, but all charter schools ain't created equal. And those private schools, they don't have to accept your child. If your child got behavior issues or your child is not going to do well on them tests, maybe they don't accept your child. And then what happens is your child go to a less performing, uh, less rigorous charter school, and then the parents get upset, and guess where they end up? Back at that same public school. And so now we done double dipped. You done double dipped, and we paying double for that child. See, again, I can't think of that lady's name. Betsy DeVos. She was terrible. 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 I'm always going to look at my interest. I'm always going to look at my interest. What are my interests? And see people talking about something. I believe in reproduction. I don't believe in abortion, so I can't. Child, that's your personal thing. They're gonna have to do with Jesus. You up here worried about other people's bodies, but yet people taking food from your mama, and your mama can't get Meals on Wheels because you worried about what somebody else doing with their body. Now, if you don't believe in abortion, don't have one. I'm just saying. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back. I'm back, you all. I told y'all I had to go do something, but I'm back. I'm good. Anyway, I'm cranking up the car. What is the time? Yeah, let me get to this airport. So no, yeah. Yep, I am back, you all. God, let me cool this phone down because I don't want it to be stopping on me. So I'm back, y'all. I'm gonna put on my camera in a few minutes. Hmm. I am back. These Let's shut it down. But I told you I was coming back. Okay. Hey, Queen. All righty, honey. Let me go on. Get to this airport. Hmm. What am I gonna do? Am I going? Oh, I'm gonna go out this way. Child, Miss 7-Eleven is packed because she has a restaurant in here called Laredo Taco. And baby, these people act like they ain't never had no taco. And so Miss 7-Eleven is packed, and the girls are here to get their tacos. Jesus. Anyhow. Mm. Ooh, that's good. Lord, you know I see a fly and I hate flies. I'm gonna let her out because I'm gonna let Miss Fly out because she's getting ready to get swatted. Which way do I want to go? I'm gonna go straight. I don't want to turn. Mm. But yeah, y'all. So under the Republican system, the schools didn't do well as well. You know, and they're so focused on the unborn, but they do everything not to help the living. This is what I don't get. You got children who are living, and you're not even helping those children. So I just think it's crazy. And I'm gonna go where my interest lies. And I'm gonna go where my interest lies. And if it doesn't line up with my interest, then I'm not going with it. And I don't care who says what. I go where my interest lies. Oh, the farmers market is out today. Okay, y'all better do it at the farmers market. Okay, this is my old. I'm in my old neighborhood. So when I first moved to San Antonio, I lived in the Los Olmos area, Los Olmos slash Castle Hill area. So I'm in my old neighborhood. It's changed quite a bit. Okay, this fly really has to go. I'm gonna open my window. Fly go. Fly, you know. Oh, thank you, Jesus. She did leave. Thank you, Lord, because I didn't want to kill Miss Fly. All I'm going to say, black folk never go against your interests. And I know both parties have their issues and their flaws, but never go against your interests. Really, never go against your interests. And that's what people want you to do. You know, I could not understand for the life of me, people in West Virginia didn't have some. So it was a man on TV and he was against Obamacare, but he ain't had no teeth. And I'm like, these people will have you forego your own dental because this is a black man and you don't like the black man. So you will vote against your interests. See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. And you really got to listen to this rhetoric. Like they were talking about they letting criminals go. No, 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 no. I remember they came up with that line. No, they was getting rid of cash bail because cash bail has ruined people's lives. People who were presumed innocent lost their jobs because they didn't have enough money to get bail. But yet, if you're wealthy, you can get bail. So cash bail needed to be eradicated. And most of these people were not a flight risk. See, it's stuff like that we need to really look into, because people, if you don't research stuff, folk will have you fighting over stuff, and it's like, are you serious? So, yeah. But I do know one party does that, and that's all I'm just saying. You got to really look. No, somebody wanted to talk politics. Now, when y'all ready not to talk politics, we'll talk something else. Now, if y'all want to talk something different, we can talk something different. I'm good, but at least we can talk politics. At least we watch politics. And again, I'm watching more than these people on the beef sector and in YouTube. I think these politics are very important. I think this coming election is critical, because our country is at stake. We can either be a dictatorship or deal with fascism and this nationalism, or we can have a republic or democracy. And I'm not saying both of them are great, but I do like one over the other. And I'm about equality and diversity and doing what's right by folk and the working people. Give the working people a break. Y'all giving these wealthy people tax breaks who don't even need it. Got more money than they'll ever know what to do with, but yet you penalizing the working people who keep this country afloat with the taxes. Yeah, we know these people provide jobs, but my God, don't penalize the people who working. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and let me say this. Ain't it something that the states that have, so Mississippi, they're having a problem with school teachers and doctors, because the rate of malpractice in Mississippi. And Mississippi is a little scary because they only have one trauma one hospital, and that's in Jackson. So if I ever lived in Mississippi, I know I don't want to live in Jackson. So I have to live in North Mississippi across the water from Memphis. Or Mississippi, well, I can't even say that, but South Carolina. And these are Republican governors. Now, why is your schools suffering? But these are Republican governors. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying that Democrats are all right. See, I'm just not saying that, but I'm going to go with the party who suits my interest. And I'm not begging. I don't want nothing for free. But darn it, help your children. Head Start is a good thing. Head Start keeps kids out of school. Head Start helps students prepare and get a jump on what they're going to get. So why would you want to take something that's going to help students? You see what I'm saying? Why are you going to take something that's going to help people? But yet we can get these people who are already wealthy all of these tax breaks. And what they do with it is they don't even share it. They will lay off people. They will lay off and give themselves bonuses. They don't care about nobody else. At least some of them. Now, when y'all ready to talk about something else, just let me know. I think there are a lot of things that we need to do. There needs to be accountability over money. So if you're enrolling, then, if we're not getting the results, then how can we get the results? I don't believe in throwing money at something that's not working. But if I'm seeing students' lives change, then we need to do something. I think that we need to really have schools that really fit the children. If a child is a visual learner, then how can we help that child? If that child is, they can do it. I think there are many ways. I think that it was terrible when they took out VOTEC for high school. In high school, if you knew you weren't going to go to college, then you would learn how to do somebody's hair. You'll learn how to fix a car. You'll learn how to do HVAC. You'll learn how to be an electrician. But they took that out of school. So again, it seems like you don't want people to succeed. Who takes VOTEC out of school? Everybody is not going to go to college. I get it. But at least give people a way out so they can make a living for themselves. It's very few public schools that have VOTEC. A track that you're going to go to college or a track that you're going to have some kind of career. And I think that's sad. They don't care about poor white people. What you talking about, poor black people? They don't care about poor white people. They don't care about poor people. How about that? They don't care about poor people. It ain't even a color. Now, they will use race to stay in power. But like I said, if you ain't part of that 1%, you ain't special. It ain't even about black and white when it comes to them. It's about money. It's about money. It's just that simple. It's about money. So don't get it twisted, boo. Do not get it twisted. I'm turning up into this airport now. I really like our airport now. San Antonio does not have a really massive airport, but what I do like about the airport is that it is very convenient. You get your person, you get in, you get out, and that's it. And I love the airport. Now, when I was a flight attendant, it was an easy airport, and the airport is, so where the airport is where everything is. Is where the nice mall is. So, yeah. Okay. Lord, Lord, these flies, Jesus. I just want them out. Now, y'all tell me, why are people speeding? The speed limit is 14 miles per hour. 14 miles per hour, and people want to speed. Now, I'm sorry. Let me get over here so you can speed, because I want you to get the ticket. Folks act like they're on the expressway, and y'all know the cops be waiting at the airport because that's the easy ticket. Lord have mercy. This coffee show is good. Well, the airport is very easy to maneuver. Now they're getting ready to expand the airport. They have plenty of parking here, but yeah, this is the thing, y'all. The two biggest airports, the most important airports in Texas, is Houston and Dallas, because American Airlines is headquartered in Dallas, so it's a major hub. And United has a major hub in Houston. So if your airport is not a part of the hub and spoke system, you don't get direct flights. Austin is probably about the most inexpensive airport to fly out of in Texas. Now, Austin is the most expensive city to live in Texas, but the airport is almost one of the most inexpensive to fly out of. Go figure. But yeah, but San Antonio is not a hub and spoke. Now, they have a lot of direct flights going out of Mexico, but black folks shouldn't be going to Mexico right now. Black people should not be going to Mexico. All right, Arizona Cardinals. Okay, Arizona Cardinals, they got their own plane. All right, Arizona Cardinals, they said we got our own plane, but we don't fly commercial. We don't fly commercial charter. We got our own plane. Come on, Arizona Cardinals. We see you. But yeah, so if you're not a part of the hub and spoke system, so like St. Louis used to be a major hub and spoke system when TWA was in, but honey, once TWA folded, you can't hardly get nothing direct out of St. Louis. Memphis is the same way. When Northwest had that big Memphis hub, you could go anywhere. Cincinnati was a big hub for Delta. You could get direct flights everywhere. As soon as Northwest and Delta merged, they said, well, why do we need Cincinnati while we got Minneapolis and Detroit? So they really shrank Cincinnati, and you get very, very few direct flights out of Cincinnati. Of course, you know, Atlanta, you can fly anywhere in the world. New York, anywhere in the world. Chicago, even Charlotte, North Carolina, because, of course, U.S. Air is there. Southwest, you can fly anywhere domestically in a few international spots, but not any place in Europe. So, yeah. Regina, Bruh J, can we also talk about medicine shortage too? What type of medicine is short? What type of medicine? What type of medicine? What type of medicine there's a shortage? Okay, come on, boo. What type of medicine? Regina, San Antonio is a very nice city. Oh, yeah, Ozempic, Wegovy. These medicines were diabetic medicines. They would help people because it controls the insulin level, spikes in sugar, it make people feel full. And so it really helped the diabetics. But because it also helps with weight loss, it's caused some problems where the people with diabetes cannot get it. And the prices are going up. So the drug makers are not always ethical people either. Drug makers are not always ethical. Drug makers are there to make money. So if people are willing to pay a steep price for Wegovy and Ozempic, then that's what they're going to do. They're going to go where the money is. It's not about benevolence. And so the government is going to have to step in and do something about that. And this is why it's so important that we have government that steps in, because I believe in a free market economy, but the free market economy shouldn't be dictating who gonna live and who gonna die. You know? And some people need their diabetic medicine to live, period. And so I think that you got to be very, very careful with that. But I think it needs to be an equal thing. I think they should make enough for everybody. I think it should be priced on what you have. Now, the only thing about that is then people who need to lose weight will be diabetic. Everybody be a diabetic. But if you're getting it for weight loss, maybe it's a more higher price than getting it for diabetes. But if you're confirmed as a diabetic and it can be proven, then maybe your prices need to be a little lower. I think that it could be a win-win, but I think the government needs to step in and stop this price gouging. Yeah, Regina. And this is what makes me upset. Again, this is what pissed me off. You gonna let me out? Thank you, I appreciate it. This is what pissed me off. Again, since the Republicans are all about business, they didn't want people to go get their drugs from Canada. Because, honey, Canada was making a killing off of Americans because Americans was getting their drugs cheaper. And not only Canada. Let me tell you where you can get some cheap drugs. And I'm talking about prescription drugs. I'm not talking about illegal drugs. I'm talking about prescription drugs. India, baby, flight attendants used to fly from India. And I never forget, if people knew flight attendants was going to India, baby, they would have a whole list of drugs that they wanted to get. And so people would be getting them drugs from India. I thought it was funny. India was another place. So flight attendants been known that India was a place to get prescription drugs. Dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Now I heard Wegovy is the most expensive because you get the most drastic weight loss. They say Ozempic is still affordable, but they say Wegovy is expensive as all get out. So I heard the Wegovy is the expensive medicine. That's what I'm hearing. They say that Wegovy will get you. So y'all, I'm in the cell phone parking lot of San Antonio International Airport. So hopefully my friend will text me. Y'all, I'm so excited. So one of my friends from home is here. She's coming. And so this is my god sister. So I had two godparents. So one of my godparents, one set of my godparents, they're deceased. Well, both of them are. But it's funny, the godparents that I'm closest to, I wasn't close to their kids, to them. But this godparent, I'm closer to her kids. So my god sister is actually coming, and we really talk about good times. So her mom could cook an old nasty piece of coconut cake. When I tell you this lady could cook some coconut cake, ooh, it was so good. And she used real coconut. She didn't use that. Little Bobby Jr., she used real coconut. And that thing be fluffy. It was good, right? And she made my coconut cakes from the age of 5, I think all the way until like when I was like 29. Grown. I was grown. So she's coming, and it's so funny because that's the first thing we talk about, her mom and them coconut cakes. And so I knew these, so I'm excited to see her. And she's older than I am. She's about the age of my oldest sister. So she's probably in her 60s. But oh my gosh, she's a fox. She's a fine woman. But we're gonna have a good time. So she's in town for business. And so she only has Saturday. So me, her, and the boo, we're going to hang out. And I'm excited because when people come from my hometown, you all, I'm going to say something about home. When I think of home, I think of a place. But I don't even have to know you. If I know your mama or if I know your people, that's all that really matters. That's the town that I was brought up in. And so I was brought up in a town where it was working class people and people of low wealth. Parts of town were wealthy, but it was poor white, poor black people. Then on the riverfront and north of the city, it was very wealthy. And then we had the city south of us, and so my town, that may be look, y'all, I gotta go. I think she here. Love you all. We'll talk later. Peace and love. Hey, Viv. Love you all. Take care.